appointed special officers called Dharma Mahamatras to interpret and carry out royal orders. To settle differences in the interpretation of Buddhist teachings, Ashoka convened a Buddhist council at Patliputra. Convened means invited. After the council, Ashoka sent missionaries not only to different parts of India but also to foreign lands like Greece, Syria, Central Asia, and Sri Lanka. The mission to Sri Lanka was led by Ashoka's son Mahendra and daughter Sanghamitra. These missions spread the teachings of Buddha beyond the borders of India. Mauryan administration and society. Historians have learnt about Mauryan administration and society from Kautilya's Arthashastra, from the writings of Megasthenes, from Jain and Buddhist texts, and from Ashokan pillars and rock edicts. The rule of three Mauryan rulers was quite impressive as they were able to unite people of different groups into one large administrative group. Kautilya's Arthashastra, Indica of Megasthenes, Jain and Buddhist texts, Ashokan pillars and rock edicts are the sources which help us know more about Mauryan administration. Central administration. The Mauryan kings ruled the regions around Magad directly. The king was the commander-in-chief of the army and chief justice of the land. All authority lay in his hands. A council of ministers and other officials were there to assist him. The king took secret inspection tours to see that his administration was running efficiently. Megasthenes wrote in detail about some aspects of King Chandragupta Maurya's life. The king often went hunting and on such occasions he rode an elephant. When he went on inspections, he rode a horse. When he appeared in public, he was carried in a golden palanquin. All the time he was protected by armed female guards. The Mauryan Empire was divided into provinces which were looked after by the members of the royal family. Takshila, Dhauli, and Ujjain, for instance, were provincial capitals. However, the center too had control over the provinces. The local rules and customs were followed in each province. The provinces were further divided into districts and villages. City administration. The Mauryan Empire had many cities. Each city was administered by a committee of 30 officials divided into 6 committees which took care of various departments of the state like industries, registration of birth and death, sanitation, lighting, weights and measures, and public utilities. They also had a special department for foreigners. Lifestyle. Patliputra was the capital city of the empire. It was a well-protected city with a deep moat. Moat means deep ditch dug as a fortification and usually filled with water, and a high wooden wall surrounding the city. The wall had 64 gates and 570 towers. According to Megasthenes, Chandragupta lived in a huge palace in Patliputra, which was beautifully decorated with designs in gold and silver. Ujjain and Takshila were the most important cities beside Patliputra. They were important trade centers. A royal highway connected Patliputra with Takshila. There were other roads linking the capital to other parts of the empire. This helped in administration and trade. Revenue. A system of taxation helped the ruling power to run the elaborate administration smoothly. The tax was collected in cash and kind. Land tax was from 1/6 of the produce, which was the main source of revenue. Custom duty, sales tax, and trade tax were other major sources of revenue. There is also a mention of water tax. Army and spies. The Mauryan army had infantry, means foot soldiers, cavalry, means horsemen, chariots and elephants for transport and navy. They all received regular salaries. According to Chanakya, a ruler can ensure justice to his people only when he keeps himself fully informed about the happenings in his empire. The Maurya rulers followed this advice properly. They had a network of men and women spies posted within the army and in various other places within the city. People. The Mauryan Empire was large, so there were people speaking different languages, following different food habits, and doing different jobs. Also, the development was not uniform because people living in different regions had attained different levels of development. Mauryan society was divided on the basis of professions. Brahmins got the high post. However, with flourishing trade and commerce, the Vaishya became wealthy. The Mauryan kings ruled for the welfare of their subjects. They believed in doing what pleased the people and not what pleased the king. Mauryan rulers constructed roads, wells, rest houses, and canals. Ashoka planted fruit bearing trees on both sides of the roads to provide shade to the travelers. He also set up hospitals for the sick and old people.